Okay, so we're back in the basement again, and we are going to be pulling some more eBay orders. What is the first item that we have on the list?
12-inch Shirley Temple doll.
Okay, here we go. We found her right here. She is a naked, like 12-inch Shirley Temple doll. She is from the 1950s or 60s, I think maybe the early 1960s. We sold her for, did you remember? We'll put all the prices on the screen. I think she sold for like $12 or $13. What's the next item?
A GM cup holder insert.
Oh, you know exactly where those are at. Do we have more of those listed? Because you said that we had found them. You'll have
to relist them, yeah. I think there's still a set in here, possibly. Yeah, there's a set here, but then there's a bunch in a box over here.
These are the GM cup holders that we sold. We have been selling a ton of these. And we found more, so we had more to list, so that's really cool. I'll have the prices up on the screen right there so you can see what they sold for. What is the next item that we got to find?
A Schick injector razor. It's in a box, though.
In a box.
In a little box.
I am not sure where that's at. We're going to find it, and we'll be right back. Okay.
Not there.
Not there.
Nope, right here.
Right here. There we go. This is the Schick injector razor. It came in the original box. It was actually a mail-in that got mailed to the person. There was, I think inside of it, there's a paper that shows the guy's personal information. But it's from the 1950s or 60s, so he's pretty much probably not living at that address anymore. It is really cool. I'll have a picture of it right there on the screen. How about that? Okay, the next item we have is the SNES game. Which one?
Mario Kart.
Super Mario Kart. And I sold it for 35 bucks plus shipping. And this is it right here. I've got to take it home and clean it up. I'm going to clean the pins one last time before I ship it. What I'll do is I'll get some rubbing alcohol and a Q-tip, and I'll clean the pins. I'll clean the cartridge up real good, wrap it in a little bit of plastic, and get it on its way. So that was pretty cool. That was a really cool score. I paid 35 bucks for all of the video games in that stack over there, and that one paid for all of them by itself. Pretty cool. Okay, so that was everything from our main account. Now we've got a secondary account that we're shipping from, and that's all my wife's stuff. So we are going to look and see what we can find. The first item is
I'm not really going in order, but
and what are we looking for then?
The patch, Trappers Association patch, right here.
There we go. So this is a really cool National Trappers Association. Remember, a lot of the stuff that we put on our second account are shipped in envelopes with just stamps, and we're not really worried if it doesn't get there. We'll just refund the buyer, and that's the way we can sell stuff like this a little bit cheaper and still make a little bit of money on it. And we're not too worried about top-rated seller or anything because we don't have a whole lot listed over there, but that's cool. Okay, what's the next item that we're looking for?
Well, right here. I can see it from here.
Another one of those St. Louis Cardinals Jack-in-the-Box topper balls, which are really cool. Baseball season's going, so they're pretty popular. And so she's looking for another item. What's the next item you're looking for?
I'm looking for a set of steel stamps, or letter stamps.
Letter stamps.
It's in one of these two totes here.
Set of steel stamps.
Yeah. I had saved them to use, and I decided I didn't want them, so now they're listed. They sold. I'm not sure which. Here we go, right here.
Here we go. Ooh, those are heavy. These are real heavy steel stamps. They're like punches, actually. Something. Yeah. Man, those things probably weigh a pound. Let's see what they weigh here.
They weighed a little over, actually.
Yeah, that little thing right there weighs 1 pound 7 ounces. Wow, that's a heavy little item. That's definitely not going to go first class. What's the next item that we have?
Some GM gaskets.
GM
gaskets.
gaskets.
Bought 6 of them, so it was a good sale, though.
That is a good sale. You might.
Normally they would have went in an envelope with no tracking, but that's gonna go tracked.
Yeah,
because it's like $30-something.
Yeah, that's a really good deal.
Where'd it go? 39701.
3970104.
Yep, it's these. Need 6 of them.
6 of these, so 3970104. So we'll dig 6 of these out, and we'll be gonna dig them out because I've only got one hand. Are you opening it up? Let me see one of them.
There's 2.
This is exactly what they look like. They're just little gaskets, and they're kind of hard.
6.
And there's 6 of them. Yeah, you'd probably
almost feel cardboardy, but not really.
Yeah, almost like a cardboard material, but you'd probably want to pack those in between a couple of real heavy-duty pieces of cardboard and put them in a maybe a bubble mailer, maybe a small box.
I'll put them in a bubble mailer with some
But they'll get tracking. That's pretty cool. Is that the last item on the list?
Nope.
What else do we have?
Last gray Lollapalooza shirt. Finally got rid of all those Lollapalooza shirts.
Yeah, that was a good buy. I should have, we should have bought all those shirts there that day. We went to a Goodwill and they had a ton of these Lollapalooza shirts, but they were all $4 a piece. And I made the mistake of only buying like, I think I bought like 10 of them or something, 10 of each. And this is what they look like. They're Lollapalooza. And they were made by a company called Aviator Nation. And I didn't realize that was kind of a really nice little designer brand. And you see it's got the red barb from Goodwill. And they were $4 a piece. I actually gave them to my wife because we had sold them on the main account. And she listed them on her account. She actually sold as much stuff today as I did, or as we did on the main account. So that was 10 items that we had. So I hope you guys enjoyed that part of the video. Thanks for watching. Tell everybody bye.
Bye.
I wanted to show you guys this real quick. Those menu cards that I'd been selling for $100 a piece, the little receipts. I was digging through a box of paperwork over there yesterday and actually found this. So this is the letterhead written to somebody in St. Louis, Missouri from 1898. It's got a really cool looking little stamp on it. And on the back here it says Beaver Line of Steamers to Canada and United States, Liverpool. It's got a postmark right there. I love finding this kind of stuff. I don't know what it's worth, but I'm probably going to list it up for about the same amount of money that I listed the menu receipts for. I probably put it on there for $175 to $100. I got to do some research on that stamp and make sure that that stamp isn't like really valuable, because if it is, then it could be worth a lot more. But honestly, I don't know. I'm not big on stamps, so I'll have to do some research to try to find out if there's any real value. But if there is, I'll let you guys know in this video or the next video. Something else that I got here too is a bunch of these old advertisement pins. I bought all these for $1, and there's all kinds of them here. A lot of them don't actually work, but sometimes the advertisements on them are really what people want. Like this one here is an Asgrow. It's from Carolineville, Illinois. It's kind of cool. There's a lot of Illinois pins here. I'll probably go through and list all these together. But this is something you should definitely be looking out for when you're out and about. I have made a ton of money on pins. Here's something really weird there. It's like a trap with like a lobster in it. And this says Nova Scotia, Canada's Ocean Playground. So that's kind of cool. And it's just a old advertisement pin. And there's all kinds of that stuff here. So yeah, this is really something that when you're out looking around and you're out looking at the Goodwill or just at an estate sale, it's another really good place to find pins because they don't never mark them expensive. They're pretty cheap there. So I would suggest that while you're in the bedrooms, check around the nightstands and possibly definitely in the dens and the areas like that for the pins. And some of them are worth a lot of money, especially if you find some with what they call like the nib. That's the nib of the pin. If they're gold or silver, they can be worth a ton of money. So keep an eye out on that and be sure to check out pins when you're out picking. Hey everyone, this is John here, and I wanted to show you how I prepare one of these cartridges for shipping. I will do this for the Nintendo, the Super Nintendo, Sega, anything that I can find that's a video game that's a cartridge, because these are what they call cartridge video games. This is actually for a top loader Super Nintendo. And these pins inside here can get dirty. They're actually gold covered pins. And what happens is over years, that metal will oxidize. Oxygen will react with the pin and it will turn and put a coating on there, and it will make them pins hard to read. These cartridges are fairly bulletproof. They work really good. The only problem with them is that every once in a while you'll see one that you have to blow into to kind of clean the oxidation off of, to create a better contact point between the cartridge and the connector inside the video game system. So what I do is I normally prepare a little solution here. I've got a 50% isopropyl alcohol. You can use 50, you can use whatever kind that you want. Anything 50 or above will work good. And then you grab a couple Q-tips and you actually stick the solution. I always put a little bit of it in the cap. I don't like sticking my Q-tips down into the alcohol, because I don't know, you shouldn't do that. It would be bad. It'd be a good way to contaminate it with other junk. And what I do is I dip the Q-tip into the little cap here, and when I'm done with this, I'll pour it down the drain because I'm done with it. I don't put it back in the container. That's overkill. You might not want to do that, but that's just how I keep my solution clean. And then what I'll do is once I dip it in there, I will rub it on these pins here. And if you can tell, I've already done that. And this is how filthy it was the first time that I ran it through and cleaned it. The second time, this was how dirty it was after cleaning it for a second time. And then by the third time, it was just barely any dirt. And then that is the fourth time where it was just me drying it. I'll stick a clean one in there and I'll just dry it with the end of the clean Q-tip. And it should work flawlessly now. This is a game. We made 35 bucks on it. And I bought all of those games for 35 bucks. So this little guy pays for them all. And I think that was a really good deal. It's a super fun game. Super Mario Kart is probably one of the most iconic Mario games of all time. Everyone loves it. Everyone's played it. And I hope it found a good home. I hope the person that bought it has years of enjoyment. So that's pretty cool. That's how I clean video games. Because if they get it and it's filthy like that, it's a good chance that it won't play. But now I about guarantee you my bottom dollar that this thing will play. Those pins are nice, bright, and shiny. Thanks for watching.